Hey everyone, my name is Eric TC. I'm the creator and illustrator of the Astro Herbal collection, a 3-volume set featuring 126 medicinal plants, each themed with the first in mind for foraging, the second culinary, and the third flower essences. I'll be utilizing all 3 volumes today as I perform a reading for each and every one of the zodiac signs. So to start, we have volume 1, all about medicinal plants. Now this set provides us message of what can nature in the wild teach us. Now, volume 2, culinary, will provide the message, what can nourish our life, our path, and our soul's purpose. And then last but not least, volume 3. Volume 3 is flower essences inspired by Dr. Edward Bach through his flower infusions. So how can you emotionally nurture yourself to an inspirational state of mind? So let's begin. We're gonna start with Aries. Aries, the beginning of the zodiac, the ram, the rise, the energy that is continuing to come through, bursting, to act, to manifest, the I am. So for your message today, nature is telling you that you have to purify the surface. That means you're working with monarch red stem. Now, this is a plant from India that just happens to so be the Aries sign. So you're working with not only your own zodiacal resonance, but the planet that comes into fruition is Venus. So maybe there's something that you need to create. If it's a surface purification, maybe there's something that is perceptually able to be witnessed that we can address so that you yourself can then allow a clearing so that you can work with the best that is now present from the purification. So when you purify something, you bring it back to its true essence. So with that today, Aries, nature wants you to bring something that you may witness back to its true essence. Now, what may you take in to nourish yourself, to bring yourself nutrients, to allow your life to have what's necessary to do what you are needed in the soul level? And that means that you need to allow new beginnings. Now, because we are coming through a yearly cycle into Aries season, that means that you are about to begin a new cycle, whether it's your solar, whether it's your Mercury, Venus, Mars, however you want to roll with the punches. Your Aries is coming through a renewal. It's coming through an extra energetic boost. And when you get the planets that are presently all in the sky currently, making their way through Aquarius, through Pisces in the geosolar, we're going to eventually end up in Aries, and that's where you're going to see all these new beginnings taking place. So maybe if what is being called to purify on the surface will bring in these new beginnings, because the new beginnings are going to give you what's necessary for you to continue your soul's path. So allow that message to take in, and then last but not least, let's see what type of inspiration can come from universe to provide you what you should come to be. In which case, you have to be hopeful. So being hopeful is the essence of Gorse. Gorse is a Sagittarian resonance that provides you the essence to expand. And because of its Mars nature, you want to provide yourself the ability to not only take action, but to be hopeful that those new beginnings are going to take you where you need to go. You're going to find where you need, you're going to learn your lessons, and where you're going to be on the other side, you won't even recognize your daily once you get through it all. So with that, Aries, thank you very much for tuning in, and may your full moon be enlightening as well as bringing forth your new beginnings. So have fun with that purification and take care. So on to Taurus now. So Taurus, the second sign of the zodiac, the bull, the energy that comes through, the earthly essence in which allows us to connect to the 5 senses, the 5 constructs in which we all come together to see the very essence in which we are all existing on this plane in our waking reality. Whether you're experiencing it through one sign or another, we all have the essence to react and interact with our reality. In which case, we have a relationship with how we connect to this earth, as we call it. So Taurus is the sign of this nature, how we connect, how we give, how we provide value, how do we make the most of where we are. So Taurus, for your resonance today, what has nature bestowed upon you to bring about a message of what could allow you to see the most clear path forward? And that message is ancestral support. Now, ancestral support is for 𝒟, which is a Capricornian, Saturnian medicinal plant, in which case 𝒟 is from the mountains, whether you're looking from the Himalayas, Pakistan, Russia, all over, whether the consistency of it is well done, 𝒟 cannot work by itself. So once you're able to process it, you'll have like a black substance in which is very easily soluble in water. So you can turn into teas. But whether it comes to going through the rough stuff, whether you're going through because it's just a tough time and you don't get access to food, you can survive off 𝒟 because it contains all the nutrients that come into essential resin form, because it's a compound of all the nature that has come together into what is essentially called 𝒟, which is why it's essential that this can provide you with not only the right nutrients, but the building blocks necessary to take on any and all forms, whether you're utilizing for healing or for a new adventure. So nature wants you to look into your ancestral support, Taurus. So allow that message to come through, come in, and to connect with your roots, because as that comes into being, you yourself are going to bring forth into the present moment that which came before you through the lineage in which you are present today to be. And by that, the best nutrients that can be provided to you today is that you should be welcomed desire. So this welcome desire that you have is from Tarragon today. And that is a Taurus with a Mars. So Taurus with a Mars, you like to relate to Venus because of the way that you connect. Now, Taurus with a Mars likes to take action, to do, to live out, to follow through and act, to bring fire through the essence of this earthly energy. And that comes through building, that comes through clearing, that comes through working with the earth, planting seeds, allowing our gardens to grow this year. I know we're getting into planting season, so anyone who's seed starting right now, this is the time for that. So Tarragon's asking you today that if you have any welcome desires, what is it that you're called to do? What do you feel yourself wanting to accomplish? Ask yourself, are those desires welcomed? Are you allowing them to manifest? Or are you bringing them in? Do you allow yourself to say that these desires are yours and that them being your desires are allowed to come into existence if you allow it? Now, being a Mars energy, it's always called that you have to take action. So what desires are you called to act upon? Now, as your inspirational card, let's take a look. You received Passion Flower. Passion Flower is associated with the moon and Pisces because of its essence to allow you to calm down, to relax. Many people tend to associate Passion Flower as something that you can take at night, similar to valerian, in which case you're able to provide yourself relaxation, calmness. Many can utilize it to fall asleep if they have struggle. Some people, if their muscles are too overworked, you can utilize this to relax. It falls in line with magnesium, allowing you to provide yourself the ability to breathe. Now, it is called calm and relax. To be relaxed, to be of the essence to relax is where you can find the most inspiration. So if you're calling for ancestral support, and you have your desires that you want to welcome into the reality, it's time to be relaxed. And in which case, I would interpret this, maybe it's time to get in nature. Maybe it's time to find your own method of meditation. Maybe it's time just to be quiet and listen and allow that ancestral support to come into your presence so that you can move forward to welcome your desires into reality, into your present moment, and to build that future. So plant those seeds, because Taurus season is going to bring about all the necessary requirements to welcome in all the new growth this year has to offer. So take that with abundance, and thank you, Taurus, for tuning in. I hope you continue to enjoy this year, and again, stay true. So now on to Gemini. Gemini. Hello, my Gemini. resonance. I'm here with you today, and we're going to take a look at seeing what nature would like to be calling for you to bring witness to. Now, that is the deep revival. So, Gemini, this Mars and Cancerian card associated with the cat's claw is calling for nature to ask of you to dig deep to what you need to look into, because you need to bring back something that is deep within yourself, your passions of Mars, your drive, and that which is close to home. So if it's close to home, if it's family within your home, maybe it's the passion, your children, any of these could be bringing forth for you to take action so that you can fulfill something that is deep within you. You want this to become something that is going to rejuvenate you, to revive you, to bring about something renewed that was once lost. But if it's deep, that means it always has the ability to come back. So nourish and nurture. So allow me to see what nourishment you could utilize as a Gemini resonance, in which case we're looking at sage. Sage is calling upon you to perform a sacred clearing. Now, this sacred clearing might mean that you need to open up space so something better can come in. Now, that sacred clearing can also come in with association for Jupiter, which is an expansion. Now, Jupiter wants to call us to be better, be beyond, be more, because we can take on so much more. We can expand to be more out of it. Thus, the experience is enriched. And because it's Libra, it's how strong are you connecting with your expansion? Maybe it's through another person. Maybe it's through how you perceive the external world to you, because it's not about you. It's about the other when it comes to Libra. And you want to balance that. So when you're going about expansion, make sure that you are communicating clearly with yourself that you're ready to move forward and develop such a relationship. Because when it comes to growth, universe works with you. So develop a healthy relationship. And when it comes down to your inspiration, let's see what nature calls upon you. In which case, you're called upon to have rock water. Now, out of all the 38 Bach remedies featured, rock water is actually the one that is not a flower, only because this essence comes from the rock water that can be taken from a stream. Now, rock water is calling upon the moon and Cancerian energy to have you take a look to see that you need to be more self-loving. Maybe you've been extra hard on yourself, maybe you've gone through a lot, but you are being called to be more self-loving. That will provide you the necessary requirements for you to find the inspiration to move forward. Your soul's work is waiting for you, and all you have to do is to begin to love yourself so that you can be everything you need to be. So with that today, Gemini, your message is to bring about something deep so that you can bring it back into presence, to bring something into the home, to take action, to move forward so that you can expand through a sacred clearing to allow some true essence in that balances you, that allows your self-loving to nurture yourself and to tend to your emotional body so that you can make sure that garden is tended to with the proper love. So with that, we're moving on to Cancer. So Cancer, first off, let's begin by saying welcome, and that if you haven't charged your batteries or if you personally need to be recharged, this is a good time to do so. And maybe that's your message for you, because we're coming in fresh batteried to provide you a message from the universe. So let's see, nature is asking you to call into astragalus. Now, astragalus is asking you to have instant strength because it's a Mars with a Taurus flare. And Taurus is asking you to physically look at your world, to look at the physicality of your reality, your value, your systems of what is interacting with your physical form. Now take that and apply that with what action is necessary for you to take instant strength. What gives you instant strength? Is it the loved ones? Is it your relationships? Is it your passions? It's something else. But instant strength is being called upon you right now by nature for what you're going through. Now, it could be because we need strength to emotionally endure what we have to go through so that we may deliver something better. So you never know. But what is called to provide you the nourishment for you to do your work is that you need delicate softness. Delicate softness is necessary, and that is coming from you from a 𝒏𝒏, which is a seaweed. Seaweed, which is rich in iodine, has all the minerals, is within the sea itself. Now, the oceans, the water, that is a very Cancerian, watery body type of nourishment. Because of that, we're actually seeing that's connected to the moon, which is ruled by Cancer. Now, when you have a Libra, it's a relationship. So how are you balanced? How are you connected from yourself to another, to a partner, to how you have a relationship with that other, whether it's the world outside of you or a person that you see yourself mirroring in your own perceptual way outside of you. So that delicate softness, that way in which is necessary for you to nourish yourself, is going to bring you to where you need to be. And for you to be inspired, nature is calling upon you to be easy. So be easy. Be easy on yourself. Be easy on others, on your family, on your loved ones. Be easy to not overwork yourself. Be easy not to push too hard, push too far. Go with the flow. When you're dealing with Jupiter and you're dealing with Taurus, which is currently where Jupiter is placed at the moment if you're looking at the geosolar calendar map, we're looking at how are you expanding while taking it easy? Are you allowing yourself to grow by not overworking yourself? If you're taking all that energy and you're spending it all over the place, you're not investing it where it needs to go. Now, if you allow yourself to be easy, it slowly builds where it needs to go, allowing it to unfold. Now, one method from universe that universe likes to provide into being is that it will unfold. It will fall into place. So if you be easy, maybe then you'll find the inspiration necessary for you to get yourself back on track to where you need to be. So with that, your message today, Cancer, is so that you can have the instant strength necessary so that you have the delicate softness to be easy. So take that because you want to work with astragalus, the seaweed wakame, and the oak. The oak is obviously the flower essence, which is number 3, which is what I forgot to mention last. So allow those 3 energies to come into place and work with that. Allow that to be your message today, and thank you, and continue to be nurturing, Cancer. So moving on to Leo. Hello, my solar fiery friends. Let's see what nature has for you today. Nature is calling you to tap into ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, which is provided to you as a Mars, which is an action-oriented, as well as Libra, which is associated with how you connect to another. So in which case, ashwagandha is asking you to have extra tolerance. Is there a way that you're taking action to connect with another that allows you to be tolerant with them? Maybe they need some time. Maybe the universe is asking a little more of you. But right now, the best message for you to be in your nature is to have tolerance, extra tolerance, if anything. So next up is the nourishment. What nourishment can be provided to you that allows you to be your best? Which is asking of you 𝒼𝒨, which translates from Japanese as the dancing mushroom. Now this joy celebration, that means something's good going on here. For you to be at your best nourishment, you need to celebrate. You need to fill yourself with joy. You need to be the excitement in the room and then bring that joy to others. That's actually one of the best qualities of Leo, in which case you'll notice that the 𝒼𝒨 has the Leo zodiac sign associated with it. Now the other planetary is Venus. So maybe it's the way you connect to others. You have to connect and bring that celebration through. So allow that message to come be, and your final message today will be what inspiration is necessary from universe for you to become your best self. Now that is to be bright. Now it's actually extra meaningful for this reading because it's tiger lily, which is not one of the traditional 38 Bach remedies, but is still included in the flower essences deck and associated with having a Leo zodiac sign. Now that means, because it's acting on the solar resonance as well, that you yourself are shining bright. And to be bright, that means that you yourself has to just exist, to be, and to be unapologetically in doing so. So you cannot ignore the natural essence of what is. So you need to honor that. And that's the only way that you yourself can align to let be. And then in doing so, you can be bright. So for your message today, it's calling for a little extra tolerance in how you connect to others, as well as to bring forth celebration and joy so that you can do so in a way where you just shine bright. And that kind of message is just asking you to shine your Leo essence. So do that, be you, be true. And during this moon, let it be, because that's what the illumination is about. So you can shine and be bright. So in doing so, thank you, Leo, and may you continue on your journey extra bright. So moving on today, we've arrived at Virgo. Now, Virgonian energies are very much tuned into the medicinal plants this 3-volume set is themed on. And for our Virgonian resonances present with us today, nature is calling upon you to look at your deep beauty. Not the beauty found on the surface, but underneath. Look within and find out what is necessary for you to clear and allow that deep beauty to come to the surface. Because when you can find all that inside you and you can bring it out, you then have an infinite source that you yourself can build upon. And because we're calling upon the Venus energy here with an Aquarius, you're kind of just in the resonance right now to be present in how you connect with others. And to do so, connect with what is your truest self. Where your deep beauty shines is where you can see with your eyes closed. In which case, your presence to become nourished by nature is called upon by the herb savory. Now, savory, however you want to pronounce it, we're looking at a clean processing. That means the way in which you operate, the way in which you connect. And because we're looking at a Mars, it's the energy to connect, as well as a Taurus, that physical connection, the way that you interact with your physical reality. So when you're looking at the way that you're clean, you're processing, you have to look at what you're taking in. What are you allowing yourself to process? As well, what are you processing? And meaning, what are you taking in and giving back out? Most cases, when you look at this processing, you're looking at a mercurial type of energy, in which case you're given something so that you can bring it elsewhere. It's a transmu and then tation, where it goes out to become something else. Now, if you are allowing a processing, then you allow such a natural occurrence to become itself a vehicle of existence. So maybe what is best for you is that you allow yourself to have a clean nourishment so that you can process and to come into your physical action better. And then last message, our final card today is asking you to tap into Mimulus. Mimulus is asking you to be brave of the known. So maybe there's something that you're aware of currently that is asking you to take the step forward, to become what is necessary, to step beyond that fear. What is waiting for you on that other side? This is a card about Leo. So maybe it's an aspect about yourself or associating with what about yourself is asking you to move forward in a way. What is bringing you to become that inspiration to be brave? If you be brave, what comes from that could be beyond your understanding. So take a chance and see what happens. Because if you're being brave, you will find the inspiration necessary to do your soul's work. So that's your message today, Virgo, and allow that to stay with you. To summarize, the universe is asking you to call upon that deep beauty to bring about so that you can have a clean processing. That means clear communication and allow yourself to make sure that what counts, counts. And then when you do so, be brave, because when you step up, you never know what could become of such actions. So see what fruits of the labor, follow through, and allow presence to be. So thank you very much, and may your year continue to be true. So moving on, allow us to step from the Virgonian essence into the Librarian essence, because we've reached halfway into the zodiac. We're now into the outer essence, in which we are looked out into universe for your answers. So Libra, your resonance today, nature is calling upon you to tap in Pão de Arco. Pão de Arco is a tree bark found in the natural South Americas. Now, this special tree bark is good because it's anti-parasitic. It's also antifungal, it's antibacterial, it's anti a lot of stuff. You can utilize this for a number of means. And because so, this plant is actually called for having universal wisdom. So nature is calling upon you to tap into universal wisdom, which is this Capricornian yet Jupiterian essence. So allow yourself to expand for the long term. Allow that universal wisdom to come in so that you yourself can be prepared and be ready to take on what's necessary in your own nature. So tap into that and allow yourself to provide nourishment through Icelandic kelp. Icelandic kelp is associated with the Scorpionian and Neptunian essence. So this planetary zodiacal essence are associated with allowing yourself to dive deep into transformations, as well at the same time as not getting lost in the dream world. We don't want to get lost in the waves, in the water, in the emotional and psychic energy of the emotional resonances of consciousness. And at the same time too, you want to tap into maybe your dream sense. So the message on Icelandic kelp is asking you to find that hidden treasure. So maybe that hidden treasure, whatever is hidden treasure to you, because treasure to each of us means something different. That hidden treasure to you is necessary to provide you nourishment so that you can become your best person forward. So last but not least, the third card, the flower essence, which is asking you what to become. For your inspiration, you're being asked to be adaptable. Be adaptable through your path because a vine creeps through to make sure that it follows the path each and every step of the way, taking into awareness so that its choice is based off that present moment. So be present and allow the moment to adapt so that you may continue along your path. And there you will find the inspiration necessary to do your soul's work. Now, this is a very Sagittarian tapping into Venusian energy. So if it's coming to expansion, or maybe there's knowledge to be shared, or you're looking to get into the very true source of what you're looking into, be adaptable and allow yourself to go with that flow. So universe today is calling upon you, Libra, to make sure that you tap into that universal wisdom, find that hidden treasure, which essentially, if you're tapping into that, it's all treasure. And then be adaptable. So allow that to provide you the path forward. And thank you today for tuning into your message. Now, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio energy. Today, we're going to see what nature is looking into providing you as the message for you to become your best self. So today, nature says tap into chaga. Chaga is a mushroom that actually grows on birch trees. Now, some people take a look at chaga as something that is an overgrowth. Some people look at them as like cancerous to the tree itself. But chaga is acting to remove the toxins present inside that growth. So what you're seeing chaga do is perform its natural process to take something and process into something positive. And to do so, chaga, which is a very sacred mushroom and is medicine used from native indigenous tribes, this type of healing is allowing you to support you. Now, chaga, as an immune modulator, can help pick your immune system back up. This is important because whatever you take on, unlike an adaptogen, which adapts you to each situation, the modulator allows you to bring back your immune level back to the level and stabilization necessary to perform all tasks. So with chaga, chaga is asking you to tap into the ancient wisdom. As I said, this actually comes from indigenous practices. So when you're tapping into ancient wisdom, you're asked upon the Sagittarian and the Saturnian energy. So you want to expand long term. You want to look at the structures, the system, and how do you grow beyond that? What knowledge can be provided by that? With this ancient wisdom is necessary for you and your nature become its best self. So now moving on, what nourishment can be provided to you so that you can continue forward, in which the plant dandelion is being called to you. Dandelion itself saying that you have nearby support. Nearby support, whether it's family, friends, or loved ones, however you look at them, whether it's in the animal world or the human, we're connected. And because of our connections, we're looking to allow ourselves to be supported in the ways necessary to be ourselves. Now, if you're looking for nourishment, that means your nearby support is going to give you all that you need so that you yourself can expand, to grow, to revive, to be the best person you're needed to be. And because you're called upon because of the Jupiterian as well as the Pisces, you want to make sure that you're able to go far and wide in your scope to expand, to make sure that you yourself are looking far and wide in your hopes so that your nearby support can help realize this. Now, last but not least, the third card of universe, which is asking you to become, is called upon you to tap into Violet. Now, Violet is asking you to be intuitive. Be intuitive. Tap into the essence that comes into be. You're looking at Venusian energy tapping into Libra. But because you're being intuitive, you're also at the same time making sure that you can tap into almost like a Uranus, where you want to be spontaneous, but it comes in the moment. Neptune, through the resonance in which our senses to perceive can be. So when you're looking at Violet, whether you're looking at the ultraviolet spectrum or Violet as the flower, you're looking at a form that comes into being. Now, if it's asking you to be intuitive, this is going to take you to become your best form of inspiration. So as long as you allow yourself to be open, allow yourself to come through and tap into your nature, my case with intuition is that allow yourself to be present, you will find that later down the road, that intuition will come to you, that you will be guided to necessarily come across the information through your own connections and conclusions, or by that of synchronicity. So allow that message to come forward for you, Scorpio, as you tap into that ancient wisdom, garner in nearby support so that you can remain nourished, and then tap into your intuition. Then tap into your intuition so that you yourself can provide this message and be whole as your best self in your own nature. So allow that message to carry with you this year and to continue on the path forward. Let's move on to the resonance of Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, today nature is asking you to tap into Elythra, which is Russian ginseng. Now, it's about moving forward. This is a Saturnian with a Taurus vibe. So you're looking at the long-term things. You want to move forward to make sure that you can get that journey to where you have to go. That you want to make sure that journey in the physical realm, that Taurus connection, your relationship with that physical realm is moving forward. You want to ensure that you are taking action to continue to move forward so that you yourself can tap into your best nature. So growth may be necessary, new areas may be necessary. Without moving forward, you are going to discover where you weren't before. In which case, that unknown is going to open up new avenues for you so that you yourself can expand your own nature or tap into your nature even more so with what you've actually added to your experience belt. So with that, what kind of nourishment does universe call upon you that can assist you today? In which case you are provided with soursop, or otherwise known as graviola, which is a good fruit that actually can apply a number of uses to you. Now, because of that, its message today is that you're going to experience a versatile growth. So for your nourishment, you need versatile growth. You need to be able to actually make sure that your growth can adjust itself to the different circumstances, that you yourself are able to take them on, make good use of them, and become your best self. If you can take that message, you, Sagittarius, will allow yourself to expand in a way that will do so and keep you where you need to be. So today's message and final card for you is asking you to become essentially tap into your ancestors, tap into purifying what it is that connects you to who you are, to your family, to your heritage, to your lineage. Is there something that you've come from that is providing you your gifts, your messages? Is there something that is coming through you, through your lineage, through your line, through your blood, through your family? Is there something here that is even more true to you that you'd like to clear out so that you can remain and stay true. Because when we look to purify and we take an ancestral approach to this, we want to ensure that we're sticking true to the roots of what is, but at the same time too, that we're looking back at what we are through the nature of our essence as a whole. So we're applying a macro and microcosmic view for ourselves to make sure that we can contain the most growth as a Sagittarian resonance. So continue to move forward, Sagittarius, as you take a versatile path so that you yourself can grow and connect to make sure that what comes through you, from you, and as you is as true as can be. And that for you will bring us into moving forward into Capricorn resonance. So Capricorn today, we're asked today that nature is providing you to tap into camu fruit. The camu, which is actually one of the highest vitamin C fruits out there, for those who don't know, is asking you to be in cheerful grace. So maybe to tap into your nature in the best way, be cheerful, tap into that grace. Allow yourself to be the vehicle for your own joy, to allow it to come through. Because when people see you happy, you can spread that happiness elsewhere. You can give your happiness its own resonance in which, like a catchy song, can catch on and continue to reverberate through the universe. Each of us are able to permeate into the world. So allow yourself to tap into a Jupiterian and Sagittarius energy to expand, to become more than yourself, to take in all that is and to continue it forward so that you yourself can see the fruits of such labor. So be cheerful, be happy, and to be that loving grace so that you can flow. Now, for your nourishment today, Capricorn, you're being asked that you tap into tribal strength. Tribal strength, which is associated with papaya, is one of the great foods that you can tap in to boost your immune because they assist you in areas of your body like white blood cells production, as well as ensuring that you're able to be provided various nutrients and vitamins. Papaya is here to allow you to tap into that Cancerian Venusian energy. So maybe there's something about how you connect to your family or your home. This place, this way that you connect, that is asking you to find your tribe because your tribe is your strength. When you have the strength of your tribe, you're not only supported, but they're able to have your back at all times because that's what true family is. When you have a tribe, each of them have a role to play to provide you the experience, the nourishment, and community necessary so that you can feel a part of something bigger than yourself. So take that in, allow it to nourish you, and make sure that you tap into your nature, your community, your tribe to find your nourishment. And last but not least, universe is asking you to become grounded by way of the walnut, which is associated with Jupiter and our Capricornian resonance, which is present with us today. We're looking to wisdom, but wisdom in a way that is long-term. And to do that, you want to be grounded. And being grounded meaning that your energetic supply is exchanged with the greater body we're connected to on our planetary essence. So when you are grounded physically to the earth, your energy in which you're flowing with the ether is being provided essence to come and go to exchange essentially electrons so that you yourself can maintain a resonance, vibration, and energetic exchange necessary to give you the support necessary so that you yourself can become inspired. So universe is calling this message for you to be cheerful, be joyful, allow yourself to tap into your tribe because they're there for you. They're going to give you what's necessary needed. And as long as you're grounded, you're going to find the necessary inspiration to see where you need to go on your journey. So thank you, Capricorn, for tuning in. And that brings us to Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. I hope you're having a wonderful solar return as we're going through your energies resonantly presently. So today, nature's asking you to tap into 𝒜𝒮𝒯𝑅. Now, this is a plant that actually is coming out of Africa. So its medicinal properties are asking you to be in blissful peace. Now, this is going to ask you to tap into the Mars energy, that driving energy to move forward, and that Scorpio energy to tap into your transformation. So when you're moving forward, which is already Mars energy, we want to tap in to make sure that you're in blissful peace. So for your nature, maybe it's time to just take it in, enjoy it for as it is, and be at peace and be in bliss. Take, allow, and just be. Because when you're in bliss, you're just witnessing the moments in moment. And in doing so, you are present to just be as you are, all you are, always. So nourishment from universe is also important. So when you want to tap in to nourish yourself, universe is asking you to look into goji berries. Goji berries, not like a physical nourishment, even though they are a tasty treat that you could utilize, whether it's for energy or whether it's to rebuild stamina and to allow yourself to process for the fact that they carry a lot of iron. So they're good for if you're blood deficient or if you need to allow yourself to rebuild some of the blocks necessary to replenish. They're necessary. But goji is here to ask you to nourish yourself because the message is to find that vigorous motivation. You got to find the vigor. The vigor is the life force. And when you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to be motivated to move forward. Do you want to take action? You want to do so in a way that's actually true to your passions. And because you're tapped into Mars and this Aries sign, which is so far 2 cards in Mars, is asking you to take action to move forward. So first one, take action to be in bliss. 2, take action to make sure that you're finding the motivation. Because once you're in bliss, where are you going to go with it? What are you going to do with your life? Where exactly are you inspired by to move forward in the best of light? And universe is saying that you're going to find your inspiration when you be cheerful. So maybe just enjoy, be happy, be blissful. You don't have to try too hard. Your motivations are going to come when you're blissful enough to allow yourself to let happiness in. And isn't that the best gift of all? So allow happiness to be brought in, because mustard flower's essence is a Mars and Aries. So you're looking at a very triple Mars, triple action with a double Aries. So you want to actually make sure that from these moments forward, these new beginnings that you're now stepping into, Aquarius, that you allow this new solar return, your birthday, to take this new journey forward, to be blessed your present, and to make sure that you make the very most of it by enjoying, being happy, and taking in the very essence that life has to offer. So stay true, stay motivated, and allow this message to stay with you along your journey. So take care and thank you very much, Aquarius. Now, allow us to move into the final sign. So for our Pisces, we're going to look into the resonance and see what type of messages universe is going to provide you today. In which case, our opener is that universe asks you to tap into your best nature by looking into 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏. And 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏's message is to find the balancing act. Now this comes from balancing hormones, making sure that you yourself, which 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 is known for, is able to ensure that you're not overwhelmed by the processes within your body. If you look at the construct of what hormones actually are, they're actually the way in which we have a relationship with the field of our body. Sometimes when we're overworked or pumping in too much of our energy through our bloodstream, our field, our magnetic field itself becomes too pressurized. And in doing so, we gift too much of our energy to one side or the other, depending on where we're balancing out. When 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 is asking you to bring in a balancing act, we want to make sure that we stabilize, that we make sure that we find an equilibrium so that our field also is allowing for a calmness, a centeredness, the ability to make sure that ensures that we are ourselves balanced. And when we find balance, you find the very essence that births creation. So 𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏 is asking you to look into the Venusian yet Cancerian. So how do you connect with your family? How do you connect with home? Is there others that you have a passion for? Maybe in your home is where you work on your creativity. That's asking you to come into here and find a balancing act to what you do is necessary for how you bring about. So if you're doing too much, scale it back. Not doing enough, push forward. Find a way to see your Goldilocks. Now that will bring you into your nature. Now to allow yourself to feel nourished, we're looking into Carrot. And Carrot's message today is asking you to take a look into the looking glass. What do you see beyond your perception? When you're looking at this Mercurian with a Taurus flavor, you want to ensure that you're processing the ability to see what's in your physical world. What are you operating and what are you navigating through? What is in your space, your vicinity? Where do you have to go into where you need to? So when you're asked to look into this, to nourish yourself, see your perceptions, see beyond your perceptions. Maybe you got to perceive something beyond you so that you yourself can find what's necessary to fulfill you. Now with the Piscean energy, we want to ensure that we can look into universe because universe's scope is so wide and vast that when we are able to get so lost in it, sometimes we find the most surprising treasures. So we want to ensure that we ourselves are taking a moment to look, because that allows ourselves to see something we didn't see before. Now, all it takes is just an open eye. So allow yourself to perceive, because when we bring into balance, then we can see clearly. And last but not least, universe is asking you to be calm. No matter what the waters may hold for you today, we're looking to connect and be grounded, because your calmness is going to be ideal for you to find your inspiration. It's asking you to find that Venusian energy to tap into a Taurus. So how are you connecting, and how are you with your relationship to the physical world? How are you with your relationship to your value system? How are you with the current energies in place, with Taurus experiencing a lot of that Uranus spontaneous with the Jupiter expansion? We're seeing a lot of abruptions here. So maybe there's a chance that with all this going on, it's important that we find our calm and centeredness. Because when we find our calm and centeredness, all that outside of us can just continue to operate however it may unfold, and we will continue to find our place in the universe. So if, no matter how vast and wide the universe may be, as long as you are calm and find your place, you belong. So allow yourself to be, and this message will come with you, carry with you, and continue to be a part of you. So thank you today to each and every one of the signs who's tuned in today. If you're here at the end of the video and tuning in after Pisces, that just happens to be synchronicity, because you're tuning in the Pisces or you're letting it run, and this message is for you. So thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, if you'd like to support the Kickstarter, there's still only a week left. So if you'd like to help support and bring this deck to print, you can help do so. And you can claim a set for yourself, because if we can find enough people to help come together, all of us will allow the printing of a 3-volume set for Astro Herbal. Now, this is the artisan edition, so I would love to just show off these cards in their toned paper. You can see the illustrative work, the highlights of the pencil, the craftsmanship, the artistry, and it's just the passion seen for as it is. And I find that beauty so respectful that I would love to be able to bring this edition to print. So if this is something you're called to and you would love to support the deck, I encourage you to check out the Kickstarter. You will find all the information on the presentation. You'll find the ability to purchase a singular deck as well as the deck set. And if we can find enough people to help bring this deck to success, then we can help crowdfund it into print, bring and release a physical version of this deck, and you can welcome it in your home. So thank you everyone so very much for taking part in both the crowdfund and your time today, for allowing a message to come through me, my work, my deck as a divinative deck creator, and allow my Gemini rising to express it to you today. So thank you very much. You have a wonderful day, week, year, universe, life, however you want to explore that route. That's up to you. So thank you today. Again, I'm 𝒏𝒏, the creator of Astro Herbal, and allow yourself to, as always, stay true. Take care.